Alright, people, back with another episode of part two of the NPC Inside the Studio One. Let's get it. Alright, this is your boy Maul 10 from Maul 10B Studios, and we are back again with part two of this session that we are trying to understand, the NPC inside the Studio One. Like I said on the first one, I had a couple of comments and everything that was basically the same information that I'm trying to put in right now. I'm saying that J-Star Rockstar does this, and also a couple of other brothers does this too, and everything that really simulate what I'm trying to do right now. But part two of this and everything, I was like, you had the beats right here that you could just add in for the loops. So that was kind of cool and everything, trying to, always trying to get out of that, how can I say, that beat lock, when a lot of times you can't figure something out, so you just go into the loops that a lot of these programmers already put inside something like the Studio One and the MPC, because I can go into each other and just go in there and check out the libraries of all the stuff that they have. So it can be from snares, trap, piano chords, organ chords. It can go all the way up to like brass, and find out kind of different loops. And all times you don't always have to use the loop, the full complete loop. See, I just switched the loop over that I had from Machine Masters and everything with the apple, the rotten apple. If y'all can see it up here, let me pull it up real quick. Boom. That's that rotten apple, man. I'm telling you, John is on point. I was peeping out a lot of other things when I started looking at a lot of stuff that the guys that be putting together over there in Machine Masters, and I went back into their little library and see what else they had. And there's a couple of other packs that I'm telling you, you can go grab, chop them up. They royalty free, and it beats a lot of you trying to create something from just like a normal base of piano chords and adding on to that and anything like with a synth, and you want to add on something real spacey and anything. A lot of times these guys already done it, so you just take them, better than you worrying about somebody coming after you and suing you and all that. You grab these packs, they're royalty free, they're yours. You can chop them up any way you want to. You can have them in a complete loop, speed them up and slow them down. That's up to you, that's your choice. It's all about how the process that you take it and tweak it to make it yours, better than trying to follow somebody else's and then trying to how can I say, hop on their coattails. But it's not like that. You can just actually use what they have sent to you, and you can just go ahead and grab them and make what you want. That can help some people out there. So you hear that? Let's take this back. Let's go into here. Let's open that section up. Let's go ahead. Let's go into the hall. I say put a little hall reverb on there. Take it down some. Just give it a little, a little taste in anything. See what it sounds like. Like that, that's good too. Put a little hall on that one. See? Here you go. Then this is coming up, man, at the end part. Here you go. You really you looking out for the artist, as in more than the artist think that you are. So when you try to make a track, think of him, think of them spitting bars, even a female coming in and dropping some some riffs. You got to think of them also when they hear that, because it's more like okay, this is a little clubby, and somebody can spit something serious on here. Also, what I like to do is sometimes I like to go into here. You see it's kind of empty, and sometimes you do the ping pong thing with the ping pong effect, what a lot of people do with something like this. With me and everything, I like to how can I say, I give it that more of a that crazier mix to it. So what I do is, you see the loop rater right here, I take the loop and I duplicate it. After I duplicate it, make sure I'm all the way back, and what I do is, now I tap onto the one that I need to chop up, because now I'm looking at all four, well, all 8 sections now because these is in 2. Now if I take this off and put on 4, it'll be 16 bars. So that's what it is. It's 16 bars, but you knock it off and make it a 4-2. You see, you only get 8 bars. So what I like to do is sometimes is I know where the sections that I need to cut out at in the beginning and the end. So what I like to do, go ahead, or I can just leave it into this. It's real simple. Go in, boom. You can go into this area right here where you know this is the end part for loop number 2. So when you go into bar number 2, boom, it's going on right here. So you gotta make sure you have that space in between of the end piece. So that end piece that you're gonna be sectioning out. A lot of times people just leave it there, and so you go into the next one, and it's gonna be there too. But before you do that, you gotta think, okay, here's number 5, and I'm gonna go into 4, and I'm gonna keep that one. So what I do is I mute, and mute just for now, and I go back in here, and I do the same thing up here. Now by me doing this is I'm cutting out sections so I can mute these areas for the loop. So if the loop come in, and if I put the looper in here, I don't even gotta do that. I just grab the looperator, grab it, put it over here. Takes a second. Now once I put the looperator in, you should see it come into the second window over the top right corner. Or hell, it probably jump up right here. And you can see the looperator. You just come in, grab a couple of sections, make it a little, the way that you want it. This is an old school IA, And at the end, you always want to give it that little, at the end, we call it that tape off, or some people call it the slow drag of the record. So, mixing and everything. So you just go in there and you try this out. So if I tap play. That easy. So you don't have to have it all over your track bass. So you don't want to have everything sound like after, a good 8 bars, you don't want them to sound like, that mixtape at the end all the time. You don't want to have that all the time. So you just want to put them in certain places. And I noticed that a lot of people that be on here explaining this to a lot of folks, I be seeing where they be going, and I really salute them because I know what it takes to be really accurate with what you're doing here. And it's not, for any individual to think that, it's that easy to do. But, I just want y'all to know that it's not terribly hard to do either. So if I go up here and I want to take this section, and I know it's going to be a 8 bar right here, better than me going at the end, and then you hearing that ear always at the time. Now I can just go ahead, figure where I want this at. Same thing. Mute it. Come back to this section. Now you see this is where the chop balls is at. If I take it, you hear it. Yeah, that did. That's what you're gonna get. You trying to mix it up more than making it sound the same every single bar. So you won't have to do that on at least each 8 bar. Don't leave yourself short and then say, oh yeah, I just put it up on my first 4th bar, and then I just didn't do nothing else after that. Just try to mix it up more, because a lot of people air tones and they really listen to your music, and what they do is they just examine it. That's the nature of people's ears, and I'm telling you, people can really sniff it out like a hound on some freaking meat. This, they know it. They'll tell you in a minute, man, that shit corny. So That's what I'm saying. Just try to mix your track up more than what you think you can, and it's gonna really work out for you. It's that simple. Like that, you can really mix yourself up, and you can go into the next one. And what's kind of fly about this, because when the next one come, the next bar, you come into this area, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna cut these areas out. Sure you on point with it. Mute it. Now you got another area right here that's coming in, but now when you do this with your loop operator, you pull it up, you see it's over here. You can add in where you can see it's gonna be making a certain frequency. See, that part right there, you can see is right before. So you can go into this area, and then you can mix it together with this and see how that sounds. Now even that is kind of iffy with the scratching, so let's go into 2 on the vinyl on the flip side. Really subtle, but it's not too much. Like, you want to give it more. Let's give it the clock. Let's see what the clock do here. See that right there? Little function that can really twist your music up. That can help you in the long run when it comes down to this, because a lot of times people will grab something like this and they get like frustrated with it because it's not working the way that they want it to. It's just taking time. You don't always gotta rush, to get something done. See, just like that. So now if we listen to the whole track, now it's a total different sound than what you had before, dealing with a same track that you could chop up from Machine Masters, and you can just go ahead and make it your own. So that's what I'm talking about. Grab a loop operator, you can put it in there and like really turn it up something really funky. Then you can go in here saying that you can go and find where's that at. I was looking for that the other day, and it was running from me. I couldn't find it for to save my life, people. I didn't know where it was going, and I was looking for it, and I was looking for it, and I probably still can't find it. And I grabbed the auto filter. Auto filter really works, and saying that you put it in there with it, right? Got your auto filter. Let me grab it, put it over here in front. You see the bars, you see the chapters that they have and everything. These are really good to use in these type of functions where you want to have it, sound a little bit more different, but you don't have to put maximum into it. So you can take it off the gain, like the auto gain, and you can take it down some the way that you want it, so you can hear it like going through, or you can analyze it and just see what happens. It's just that simple. Like to really switch it up to be yours.
Thanks for being with us.